In this video, I'm going to show you how to completely rewire your emotions in 3 simple steps, and it's probably only going to take you 2 minutes. The first thing that I want to walk you through is how your mind functions. How are your emotions intensified or reduced? What you need to understand is how you describe your experience becomes your experience. I'm going to give you an example that a lot of entrepreneurs, or just anybody, I believe, describes their experience when they're going through struggles. They say, I'm drowning. I feel like I'm drowning. My head's just above water. I'm just staying afloat, right? How you describe your experience becomes your experience. And someone else could describe the same terrible experience as, now, it's just a tough day today. Look at the difference in those descriptions. I feel like I'm drowning. The weight of the world's on my shoulders. Versus just having a tough day today. The emotional intensity is completely different based on how you describe your experience. But that isn't all. The description that you give forms a visual image. And your mind is a visual machine. It thrives on imagery. So if you say to yourself, man, I'm going through so much hardship, I feel like I'm drowning. This is probably the image that gets put in your mind. You feel like you're literally like you're about to suffocate, drown, suffocate, whatever. My head's just above water. That's the image that your mind carries. And so the emotions intensify, right? Maybe the image is bigger, becomes more intense. Maybe the image is louder, maybe it's heavy, whatever it is. Your description turns into a visual image that your mind keeps playing over and over and over again. Now again, if your goal as any kind of human, especially as entrepreneurs, is to be in a state of abundance, a state of ease, a state of function, creativity, you can't do that when your mind is so heavy with an image like this. You can't. Your job is to get unstuck, is to get out of this big emotional weight, get out from underneath it, breathe again. So how do you do that? If you're describing your experience so terribly, if the image is so strong, how do you get out from underneath this image? Well, this drawing exercise is designed to help you do that. You can turn this terrible image into something that's funny, something that's lightweight, and all of a sudden, you start to describe your experience differently. So I want to challenge you right now. If you were to just pause this screen, right, what would you draw in this image right here to make it lightweight, to make it funny? What would you do? I'll tell you exactly what I did for a client of mine. Earlier in the beginning of the year, he was describing his experience exactly like this. And we were on Miro, Zoom, and all I did was this. What does this image mean? To both of us, to me and the client, it meant he believes that he's drowning. He believes under all this weight. He can just get out of the pool. He's not in some big, expansive ocean, you know what I mean, where he's got no help. He's in the kiddie pool. You know what I mean? He can just walk himself out of this situation. Right? It's not as bad as what he thought. And from January to now, he's become a completely different person. He's unlocked a new level of financial growth in his business. He's become the ultimate operator. He has a renewed sense of freedom, a new sense of self. Because instead of looking at his situation like he's stuck in this ocean, he's going to drown, it's not as bad as what he thought. And now he describes his situations completely differently. Why? Because the image itself is lighter. It's easier to navigate. It's more digestible. It's not like this. Right? And the same thing can be true for you as well. So how do you do this? The first step, be real with yourself. Describe your negative experience. If you're going through a really hard day or something's happening in the business, whatever the case might be, describe it. How does it actually make you feel? Describe it in its worst way. Then, draw an image to reflect that description. Right? Could be like this. Draw an image to reflect that description. Step 3, make the image funny. In whatever way you have to do it. Make the image funny. Make it lightweight. Make it easy for you to process, for you to navigate. And as a bonus step here, relabel your experience. This is actually one of the most important parts. When you can relabel your experience, you have a brand new experience. It's no longer heavy. Like I said, you can compare this I'm drowning to it's just a bad day. It's just a bad day. Now, I learned all of these principles in Tony Robbins' book, Awaken the Giant Within. Huge Tony Robbins fan. And this stuff changed my life dramatically. So if we really want to take it to the next level, how else can we change this? Instead of saying it's just a bad day, because bad still has a bit of negative connotation, we can say it's just a rough day. Right? We can take this as well and say it's just a tricky day. It's just one of those tricky days, you know? What else could we do for tricky? Maybe we stop there, right? But my point is, we went from I'm drowning, my head's above water, to it's just a bad day, to it's just a rough day, to it's just a bit of a tricky day today. I'm in a bit of a pickle. I know it might sound like a little bit woo-woo-y, or like, this doesn't work. Try it. Genuinely just try it out. You'll notice the energy completely shifts. When you describe it like this, it's heavy, it's like suppressive. When you describe it, it's just a bit of a tricky day. Oh yeah, alright. It's light. I can navigate with that. Yeah, I can deal with that. Because again, why should you do this? If you are someone that needs to function, you need to be in peak performance, you need to get through things, you need to be an operator, you can't do that with heavy weight like this. Are you kidding me? You need something that's digestible, that's easy for you to process. That's the only way you're going to actually be able to navigate your problems, get through things, solve them. As entrepreneurs, we are problem solvers, and you're not going to be able to solve your problems when they look and they feel like this. But if it's just a bit of a tricky day, it's just another Tuesday. No worries. So that right there is the core 3-step and then bonus 4-step. If you genuinely want to completely rewire your brain and your emotions within a couple minutes. So take a screenshot of this. You even take a screenshot of this one too. Bang. And I promise you'll be completely changed. Try this out now. I can guarantee you're going through something. Everyone's going through something, right? Try this out right now. And then just comment down below how you initially described your experience, the image that you drew, and then ultimately how you relabeled it. And just let us know how it feels different. All right, so give that a crack, and let me know how you go.